Sierra Whiskey 007.
Bonjour, hello, welcome to MaxMountainWorld. As you can see, the Jaguar behind me, just doing a test run of a new mast that I've acquired for the Moxon antenna, and I started out trying to get it up to a 12-metre mast. I just couldn't safely get the thing in place. The limit is where I have it now, which is about 9.5 metres off the ground. So I know one person is going to be very disappointed with this, and you know who you are. Thank you very, very much for your contribution to, you know what you did. And yeah, unfortunately I didn't go down that route of working on the old mast, although I'll show you around this, I have actually used part of the old mast. So a quick flick around, hopefully something on the radio. I'm hearing nothing yet, and here's the video. There may be a bit of wind in here, quite happy, not too much wind, just enough to give it a test, and that's all this is, just a test run. The cloth there, so that when I'm putting the antenna up, I'm not going to put the bottom of the pole directly on the tyre. It's there just to protect the tyre, as it were. So I've got the base plate, I've got the small section inside, there's a piece of the pole that goes over that. That's the final connection, is the lift inside of here. So I've got this on an inner piece that's bolted on, stop it falling out when I lift it, and this is a titanium pole that I have going up and in and fixed there to the new mast. Now, not too sure how much is going to be visible here, so I'll try a bit of zooming in. You can see there's just a hand tight bolt, it takes no stress really, and another one up the top as well, which we can see perhaps if I can. I'm almost falling on my back here, and another bolt there that keeps the actual final piece in place, and then of course the Moxon antenna on the top. Now we have got it rigged up, it is fairly stiff, you need two hands to turn it, so in the wind it's not going to be blowing around. What I'll do in the tail out is, once I've taken it back down again, I'll show the dismantle maybe sped up, but also would be an opportunity just to see a bit more once I take these pieces of insulation off. They're basically there to protect the car should anything happen, although it won't even come close at that. So as long as I'm on the plate exactly that, no closer, it's not going to damage the car. It might touch it, but this stuff's very flexible, and this is just an added security because the wind is going that way. We've got the little helical wound antenna for the radio in the car. The back single magnet is on a bayonet, and I have various antennas. At the moment, with the 4-foot fire stick, the 1200 fire stick, but I also have the 3-foot fire stick on a spring again. I believe that's round about 80 sems, 90 sems I think it is. And then the little guy that I have actually had some successful DXing on, and that's the 2-foot fire stick, 60 centimetres. I've got that one there is the Stinger antenna, again on the bayonet mount, but it doesn't have any need for a spring. It is a spring. And this one, slightly heavier, is the Springer, which is similar but not the same, and tunes in slightly different too, again on a bayonet mount. So when I'm out in the move, for one, I can just literally see if I can do this one-handed. Normally it takes two because the spring's pretty stiff. Let's just, and I just leave the magnet on the car. Same goes for the serial. I also have a DV27, and I managed to take the butterfly assembly off it and use that. So that basically can tilt down so it fits in the garage afterwards. Okay, so sorry about the shakiness there. Quite a difficult manoeuvre holding camera and undoing the bayonet. It needs to be stiffer, it might come off. The reason for the two antennas, front one does 27 megs, back one does 26 megs, or whatever I have the antennas tuned for. They're all tuned for something different, and very handy to have through a switching. I'm just going to shut this just now, or the wind will blow through the car. And Inside the car we have the Yaesu FT891. Now out of that, and just under the seat, under my thighs, antenna switch. Serial, that switches to the other switch. That's currently on the Fire Stick and the Moxon. So I can do comparisons straight away. Voltage is good. And we're all quiet. At the moment, I'm on the Fire Stick. Very, very little happening. There was a few murmurs when I first parked the car here, but it's gone away. So a bit of patience. I'm outside the residence, so I can always nip up for a coffee if I get cold, but quite a warm day today. Having said that, I'll stick this back in the calling frequency, conserve a bit of battery, and do a quick view check. So, north, that way, and just sweeping round over to the east, we have the Busalenk Mountain, which is almost directly east from here, up to the old ski slopes, all closed now behind. And then behind the building here, not ideally placed just now, but for testing and setting it all up, it's working fine. So the weather coming from that direction, it's threatening to rain quite a bit the next few days. So quite happy to get this all sorted out before it gets wet, because that would just be a nightmare. So working our way back, and here's the final, working my way back, and that's the final setup there. 9.5 meters off the deck, that antenna. So as I say, just a little bit of wind today. You see by these papers moving around, a few gusts now and again, but it seems to be handling it quite well. I've been stood back a while watching what it does, and it's not really moving that much in the breeze. The bottom end there seems to be stuck well in. Okay, so that's it, just a little video on my new Moxon Mast. It's all ready to go. As soon as the snow melts I can get up to higher places. Until then, maybe drop down to the lake in the next few days. We'll see what happens. As I say, the weather we've got, yeah, there's a bit of wind going now, so we'll just see how. It's not really tilting that much. No major crunching noises or anything. So as long as I remember to park it downwind, that side sort of thing, then I can secure it without it springing back onto the car at all. So see, that's it for today. Just a little video on the on the new Moxon Mast. 9.5 meters up. Can't wait to try it out in anger. If I get anything in the next little while, I'll put that on the tail end of this video, and then we'll have the dismantling and stuff. So thanks very much for watching. Keep subscribing, and until the next video, ciao. So back in the car, there's not a lot happening on the radio, and the weather is beginning to, the direction it's coming from, it's beginning to cloud over and stuff, it's coming in, so I want to get this down before that happens. But the test complete and successful. The only thing is that if I hit the Moxon on, you can hear it's picking up quite a lot of static from buildings, lights, whatever here. Obviously that's not a problem if I'm down at a lake or up a high mountain pass or something. So here's the antenna coming down and going apart. sure about the light here, but that's the base, solid. This is the first section that slips on top of it, bolted onto this inner bit. The titanium section that can turn slides onto there, and then the mast itself, which I have the bolts set up for, and the bolt at the top for the top section there. 4 sections of that, little button thingies like, yeah, camping stuff and whatnot. But it goes up just as easy, probably easier to put up than it is to take down. So it all fits away nicely in here. All just tucked away diagonally, hence the reason for a large estate car. So yeah, it's all good. Just the stereo left. Sorry about the noise. Some geezer to my left, a couple of 100 feet away, is cutting tiles.